Hey, it is January 20, 2023, and I want to make a timestamp in this YouTube video, so to speak, and make a log about right now because probably most people don't know who I am, and I'm not very significant. My name is not very well searched on Google, and I'd like to change that. And I'd like to have an impact in this universe and in the world and in my own existence. And the way I see that currently with my life, or the direction that life has taken me, or if you want to be spiritual, maybe even God has taken me, is to work on Bitcoin. And I feel like I've been able to connect some dots with things I've learned in my life to be able to create an interesting application on Bitcoin. Even if that application doesn't work, it'd still be fun to work on Bitcoin, sorry, SV, uh, really just Bitcoin. And yeah, there's an interesting court case with Craig Wright right now happening. And I just want to create a video quickly talking about who I am because I think I've stumbled on this rabbit hole of Bitcoin and Craig Wright much before anybody else. I want to say even in 2017. In 2017, I was working for a company, being a web developer, and just watching YouTube videos and thinking to myself that Bitcoin is very much up my alley because I can understand why it would be important. And I think I did understand that at a high level, but I also started to dive into it, and I started to realize that people were essentially gambling too much on it. And then it fractured, and code can change, and it wasn't as ideal as I was as I would have imagined, because the world is a very unorganized and chaotic place. And we can see that with how the internet functions. I mean, the whole thing's ad based, as long as we're talking about transactions under $5. And even if we're talking over $5, it usually requires like some software like PayPal to synchronize, and it's very complicated. And Bitcoin can probably change a lot of that. So it's going to shake things up. I mean, Craig Wright might be the next Nikola Tesla, and yeah, it'd be fun to support somebody like that, maybe with a company or something, and spend my time doing that. I spent a lot of time watching YouTube videos, and I don't know why I found it so entertaining, but I just typed in Craig Wright into YouTube pretty much once. I mean, back in 2017, I was doing it nonstop because also I was getting the hot hand syndrome, and just feeling like it was euphoric how my investment was going up. But as a result of that investment going all in, being like kind of crazy, I think I learned a lot more than most people about Bitcoin SV, or Bitcoin and the whole story. And yeah, it'll be exciting to see what happens. And I also wanted to quickly talk about this YouTube channel because I think most of my videos have just been me running around, traveling, enjoying life, and yeah, I can't exactly explain why I had this idea for individual institutes so long ago, and why I've just kind of delayed on it. But large a large reason of that is because I'm just trying to get stabilized in life and get stabilized in the chaos of the world. And I'm not doing too bad for myself. I'm trying to enjoy life and trying to keep a positive mindset. So hopefully I can work on Bitcoin or something in the future. But for me to really work on Bitcoin, I think it would be a lot easier if Craig Wright wins this court case and the Bitcoin SV value goes up. I tried to meet Craig Wright in the past. Unfortunately, I failed, just a circumstance. I tried to go to London, and it's very hard for me to travel the world. I'm a bit more conservative than probably most people, and I don't want to just use up all my funds trying to chase down Craig Wright and just meet him in person. And I kind of took that failed attempt of meeting him in person as like a sign from God or something. Um, Things are just probably wouldn't have worked out even if I had met him. It's not like he's just gonna take me under his wing and I could start a company or something like that. Although I wish something like that could have happened, it didn't. And and there's probably plenty of people who've met him and had similar knowledge as I have, and been just as young as me. But yeah, I found this stuff out back in 2017, I want to say 2016, 2017, and now it's 2024, so it's been almost 8 years, and it's still going to be ongoing, even probably another 4 more years until things kind of really resolve. And even when I think of that, it's a little too being a little too optimistic. I think there's a bit more of a pessimistic line that reality is going to throw. But logic is saying it's very hard to fight copyright laws, and copyright laws go into other countries, and they go into companies, and they just shut down companies, and they shut down all these Bitcoin mining operations. They shut down these crypto exchanges that are really Ponzi schemes or pawn shops, and hopefully that brings some more clarity to the world about what Bitcoin is. And if this happens, a big shift can go to Bitcoin SV. If that shift happens, I'll be a multi-millionaire, and that would free up a lot more of my time. And my time, I would much rather spend that time, instead of 8 hours to a day job, 8 hours to my own business idea, and while still keeping a certain standard of living. Having a condo, being able to go to the gym, being able to get some sunlight, being able to do all the normal things a human being should be able to do, but also work on Bitcoin, and also hit my financial independence number, and maybe also start a family, and yeah, just a number of small things, that should take up your time, but also be able to read and just get in a better headspace to work on a company. I don't even know how to work on a company. I think that the United States has limited me, but I also feel like I need to take more ownership for my own actions, and I haven't been my best self. Although I've been above average, it's definitely not. There's definitely much more room for improvement, and yeah, it's exciting to kind of make these videos. I remember when I was, 10 years ago, I was just graduated college. I could probably barely talk into a camera, so and I didn't. Yeah, not much has changed actually since 10 years ago, but yeah, I think it will be reassuring to see what happens in this upcoming month or two, and yeah, I just want to make this video as a kind of a captain's log timestamp of who I am, and just say a few words, not make this video incredibly long or anything, but it's kind of like an "I told you so." I struggle to find the correct words here, so forgive me. I don't want to sound like rude or something like that, but I just kind of being a cog in a machine and seeing all these companies and having, like, I have the ideas in my head, but I don't have the microphone. So I think if these things change, I'll finally get the microphone, and by that I mean I'll finally have the time to not have to devote to a job and play it safe, and instead just invest all my time and energy into my own activities, into my own brand, into my own company. And I think that'll be a very good feeling to finally be, this has been a long-term kind of thinking. I learned about this Bitcoin stuff in 2017, and probably nobody wants to hear my story, but it would be fun to have this around, I guess, if I do have a company in the future and it does take off, and I get some more attention. That'll be good. So hopefully people don't dig in my past too much. I probably uploaded some silly stuff to the internet, and I need to get better at my word selection. I was almost considering putting this video through ChatGPT to help me come up with a better dialogue, but I won't do that. I'm just going to talk off my own on top of my head, and try to use positive words, and try to change myself and be a healthy capitalist. Anyway, I'm going to end this here, but take care.